With the Los Angeles Times, I'm Lindsey Thiry, joined by beat reporter Gary Klein. We're in Tucson, Arizona at Arizona Stadium. It's past 1:30 in the morning, so I should say yesterday USC defeated Arizona 28-26, holding off the Wildcats in a game-winning field goal, what would have been a game-winning field goal. Gary, I don't think we expect anything less. We don't expect to leave the stadium before 2 a.m. anymore, and we don't expect anything less than drama at the end of a USC game.
No, 2 weeks in a row. Last week, a Hail Mary pass. They lose. Tonight, they survive a last-second field goal, and they win. So it's getting a read on this USC team so far, it's been impossible, except for the fact that we know something crazy is going to happen. They're going to take it to the limit. You know, they're either going to win or they're going to lose. And so I think it makes, if nothing else, for a lot of drama going forward.
It does, and it makes for a lot of nervous writers who are hitting select all, possibly delete on their game stories. So USC's defense really was the star of the show at the end of the game. A handful of freshmen, a couple of freshmen really making big plays in the secondary. And then Leonard Williams, who always steps up. For those freshmen to come into this atmosphere tonight, what do you think that kind of meant for the growth of the defense?
Well, I have to tell you, I was stunned. There were a couple times I looked up, and there's John Plattenberg out there. There's Jonathan Lockett, you know, guys that really hadn't had very much opportunity to this point, and they made some key plays. Now, they also, you know, gave up some things in that fourth quarter, but from a growth standpoint, to come into a stadium like this with a crowd that was going crazy and come through says something. And you mentioned, you know, Leonard Williams, he's one of those guys everyone's talking about. He's going to be a first-round pick. But if you talk to him after the game, he was saying, you know, I don't think I had been playing that well leading up to this. And, of course, tonight he's got the big tackle on a two-point conversion. He forces a fumble. He just does it every time they needed him to step up. He did tonight.
USC's offense, it's still one of the parts of their game that we can't quite figure out. The passing game wasn't quite there, but Javorius Allen made a couple of huge plays, 3 touchdowns for him tonight, and probably what was the best game of his USC career, which just happens to be a year after he started against, or played, I should say, against Arizona and had kind of a breakout game.
That's right. It was a year ago after the coaching change where he got in, scored a couple touchdowns, and really started to roll. But tonight, I think what we saw was what Sarkisian had been asking for and what Javorius Allen delivered last week against Arizona State. A breakaway run, that 53-yard run, put USC in position to win the game, and of course they lose it on the Hail Mary. Tonight, a couple breakaway runs, a short touchdown run, and several times in this game, he just moved the pile. There were guys draped on him. They couldn't pull him down. He was just fantastic. And as Sua Craven said after the game, you know, when Allen is running that way, he's one of, if not the best, backs in the country, in his opinion, and the defense just rallies around that.
The defense definitely rallied around. I know the offense was kind of rallying around that too because he was really the life of the offense tonight. Now USC improves to 3-1 in the Pac-12. As Coach Steve Sarkisian said, that puts them back in first place in the Pac-12 conference. That's gone absolutely crazy. It's kind of hard at this point to see where this team could go. But after tonight, what's your sense?
Well, my sense is that
it's still a roller coaster.
It's going to be crazy every week. You know, again, Hail Marys, missed field goals. Who knows what's going to happen? Next week, they play Colorado, okay? That should be a game that shouldn't come down to...
That could be an epic letdown.
But that should not be a game that comes down to the end. And this will be another chance for us to get a read on it. But moving forward, like you mentioned, with what's happening in the Pac-12, UCLA losing, you know, Arizona's now got a loss.
First place Cal lost today to Washington.
As crazy as it seems, you know, going back a week ago and how bad that was for USC, they're in pretty darn good position. So nothing but drama coming up, which is good for us. Not great for them, but good for us.
Highest of highs, lowest of lows. I think I talked to a couple of guys about that tonight. That will do it for us from Tucson, Arizona, where I think it's about 2 a.m. at this point. Be sure to keep it on the Los Angeles Times for all the latest. If you have any questions, be sure to email me or send either Gary or myself a tweet, and we'll be happy to answer your questions in a weekly USC Now mailbag. With Gary Klein, I'm Lindsey Thiry. We'll see you back in Los Angeles.